Hello, everyone, and welcome. We've got a lot to discuss today. So much, I'm hoping not to miss anything. I just want to go over Gamescom. The Division 2 was there. There's two panels, there's 2 days, there's two discussions. There was lots of announcements, lots of news. I'm sure you have all heard it. If not, you're going to find out about it in this video, but also my opinion on it all and my thoughts on it all. Because a lot of people have been asking since Gamescom and these panels what exactly my thoughts are. And I think you can tell already I'm very excited about this. So we've got a bit of a backdrop on screen, got nothing to show you gameplay-wise or anything like that, but I will try now to go over exactly what went down at Gamescom on the 2 days. So day one, there was a panel and they were discussing well, it was real good. I liked how they did it. So it was as if they were kind of advertising the Division 2 and themselves to the wider community, people that may not know about the Division 2. So there's a lot of chit chatter about that, about Brooklyn, what went into work in making Brooklyn and things like that. It was really good. And at the end of that, they started to talk about things to come in year 7 in terms of the next 2 seasons. They spoke about the Pact and they spoke about Mutiny, which is the name of the next 2 seasons. So the Pact is the next season started on the Division 2 on September the 9th. We know a lot about this already. It's going to introduce Retaliation, which is a new feature, new open world sort of feature, which is real good. We played the PTS recently. We got to play that a little bit, had a look at the gear that's coming, the fully auto exotic sidearm, and things like that. A little bit more was kind of shared here when they discussed this. They spoke about how the enemies are going to be working together. It's the whole season is going to be based around us going against the True Sons, Hyenas, and Outcasts. And the idea of the season is that we've got to stop them working together. That's pretty much what they said about next season. Everything else we already knew. So I'm still very excited about next season. I was anyway. I think the Retaliation feature is very good. I can't wait to get stuck in with that. I hear a lot of people complaining about the rewards and exotic blueprints. We don't really need them. It's not really for the veteran player. And I guess I'm a veteran player. I'm excited. I agree. Like, are we really in need of exotic blueprints? For me, I'll find some use of them for sure. But I think the most important thing about this is to realize it's not like advertised as a brand new game mode or anything that's going to be game changing. It's just a quality of life improvement to the game, but they're trying to give us something more an extra to do with the open world that we currently have. So it's a new feature, it's extra, and it's another grind. I'm sure all the veteran players are probably going to go and grind out all those blueprints anyway. So I am quite happy about the new season coming up. I'm quite excited about it. I'm looking forward to a new feature, the new grind, the journey, and the new modifiers. The new modifiers are fantastic. We've already spoke about all of this on the channel, so I'm not going to go over that today, but that's where I sit with that. Now, also on that first day of Gamescom, they mentioned the season after, which is coming in December. Now, this season is called Mutiny, and one thing they mentioned about that, they didn't give much information about that at all because they wanted us to get through the next season first. But the season after next, they did say that we were going to have an NPC companion, and that was kind of big. And my mind's been thinking about this a lot ever since they said it. That's all they said. An NPC companion is what that season's going to be based around. Now, when I think about it, and I think about the discussions they have and how they speak about the division and community feedback and all of this, I think, what have we asked for a long time? What have a lot of people asked for a long time? And I hear a lot of people asking for a pet companion. And I'm now thinking, is that what we're going to get? Are we going to have a season where we have a pet companion? Or is this going to be a season that introduces a pet companion that stays with us forever, like with Retaliation? Next season they're bringing in Retaliation. It's part of the season, but it's something that's going to last going forward. Is the next season Mutiny where we get this companion? Is that something else that they're going to introduce to us in that season that we get to keep going forward? Now, I had no idea about this companion. I've seen some stuff coming in year 7. I know some stuff has not been announced yet. This was not one of them, so this was a bit of a surprise for me. Very intrigued, very excited, and yeah, I'm glad they didn't share too much information because we haven't even got next season. Yeah, we've got that started on September the 9th. But the companion and Mutiny is coming in December. That's going to see us through then until March next year. And they spoke about that. And March next year marks the 10-year anniversary of the franchise. So it's going to be a big month and there's going to be a lot to look forward to. So that was pretty much day one. Try not to forget anything. They did also speak about a Halloween event as well. They are working on a Halloween event to see out the year, so that's going to be in October. But I think that was pretty much it. And then it moved on to day 2. And day 2 of Gamescom was the big one. So day 1 was better than I imagined anyway. I just thought we were going to learn more about what we already knew, maybe add a few more details. But like I said, like that companion thing's really on my mind. I don't know what they're thinking about that. And it's got me thinking, but day 2 was the big one. They shared an image with Snow. They said they're working on something big, and day 2 of Gamescom is when they revealed this. Now, I've been saying ever since they shared that image that it has to be survival. It just has to be. If it's not survival, I'm going to be very disappointed. I've wanted survival or survival mode or something along those lines in the Division 2 for so long. When they mentioned Heartland and they cancelled Heartland, I was very sad by that. I was so excited for Heartland, like a survival extraction shooter. I was hoping Heartland was kind of going to be like a Tarkov style of extraction shooter where you're base building and you search for this loot. And yeah, I was so excited. So when that got cancelled, I felt like, well, what has the Division got? Like, they really need this sort of mode. So when I seen that image with the snow, I was hoping and praying that it was going to be survival. So day 2 of Gamescom comes. They have some more discussion, they're chatting, and they speak about a few things. We will get round to that snowy picture, but they did the Division Resurgence that was spoke about on day 2. They spoke about the mobile game. There's a beta, or not a beta, a test, public test going out soon. I think it's going out in September. So people interested in the mobile game, they're going to be able to get back on and test it again. The mobile game hasn't been spoken about for so long. It's been a while. I've been involved in some of those tests. I'm quite excited for the mobile game. But yeah, there's going to be some more tests. So it seems like that's gathering pace again, and maybe we've got a release date on the horizon. Who knows? But it has been quiet for so long. But other than the mobile game, it was just, yeah, the snow. Yannick kept on making references to it, and what got announced was another creative director came out. So like Yannick is a creative director, there's now another creative director as well, someone that used to work on the Division 1. So he came out, he had a chat, and he announced the Division survivors. Now, the Division 2 survivors, should I say, and they've announced that indeed we're going to get a Division 2 survival extraction mode, is what I'm going to call it. So it's going to be part of the Division 2. It's very early days, so there wasn't a lot more they could share apart from it's going to be a survival extraction. So I was over the moon with that. I was going to be very disappointed if it wasn't that, so I'm happy. So they're going to use DC, they're going to use the whole map, they're going to add snow, they're going to make a survival extraction shooter mode. So what is this going to be? I don't know. They did kind of hint, they said look at the name. So the name tells you everything you need to know. So survivors, it tells me it is going to be probably PvP, hopefully PvE as well, because a lot of games like this now do a PvE variant too. It's basically going to be survival from the Division 1, but not exactly the same. It's going to be beefed up, worked on, progress from that is kind of the vibe I was getting. But what got me thinking was, going back to Heartland, I know the developers were sad when they had to cancel that. They were working on Heartland for so long. They've got ideas, they've got assets. Maybe one of the reasons, or when they cancelled Heartland, one of the reasons was that was just the wrong direction, free-to-play, standalone game. And I even said at the time when Heartland was cancelled, what if this is something they do bring back and bring it to the Division 2? Again, I'm going to say, because some developers said Heartland was an extension of an idea they had for the Division 2 at the time, and Ubisoft wanted them to branch out into a standalone. So I'm hoping they're kind of bringing it back. I'm hoping what the Division 2 survivors is going to be is that Heartland we were waiting for, but in the Division 2 game. So with snow, I'm hoping it's going to be that style of extraction looter shooter. So yeah, it is within the survival genre, right? But if you think of games like Tarkov, base building, that sort of thing, I'd love if they could sort of turn that into a mode where we're playing that game mode, we're going in, we're gathering loot for, I don't know, missions, quests, we're base building, it's PvEVP, we can extract, get stuff out. You got that intensity of maybe getting robbed, kind of like the Dark Zone in a way. I've got high hopes for it. I don't care what it is in many ways. Even if it was a carbon copy of survival from the Division 1, I would be over the moon. But whatever it is a survival game mode. It's coming to the Division 2. It's very early days, and we have no idea when to expect it at all. They did release a roadmap. I'll try and get the roadmap up on the screen for you now. The original roadmap that they released, or they spoke about in their live chat on Gamescom, was a little bit different than the one that they shared in the article afterwards. So I'm going to show you one that they shared in the article afterwards, where you can see in 2025 we've got the next 2 seasons to look forward to. We've got the Division Resurgence testing to look forward to. As it goes into 2026, you can see that it has the 10-year anniversary, but also it has new content with a question mark, which is pointing out there's still going to be more content in 2026 beyond anything we've discussed so far. That's what I'm seeing in that. And then you have it to be announced, the Division 2 survivors. So in the Gamescom chat, when I was chatting about it, they kind of said we'll see you next year. So I'm not expecting any more news on that now until next year. Potentially it won't be until the 10-year anniversary we might hear more about the Division 2 survivors. But with it being dead early, most people were asking, well, when can we expect this? We obviously don't know. No idea. I'd like to think it would be 2026. In the roadmap, it does not state that. That tells me that potentially it won't be. And then you got those further questions, like they're meant to be working on the Division 3. So if this is going to be released in 2027, when the hell is the Division 3 going to be released? Which is also being worked on currently. I honestly have no idea. And right now, I don't care. I really don't care. I think, to end this video off, I think the Division 2 is in the best state it's been since the Division 2 Warlords of New York was released. When that was released, it was real good. It was a year after the game came out. Everyone was hyped. We were booming. We loved it. At the end of that second year, they basically said, that's it. And I remember that day. I was very disappointed. I could not believe that was it. I was like, this was promised for years and years of content, big updates, and we got 2 years. And I remember that feeling that day, and it was crushing. We went about 18 months without nothing but season reruns, and then finally a team started to rebuild, and we started to get some hope. Some content started coming back to the game. It's taken a few years since that again to get to where we are now, but where we are now is there's always something different around the corner. There's been so many changes for the better. There's been the new seasonal model. There's been new features added to the game. There's been lots of fixes. There's been lots of changes. There's just been so much to make the game better, on top of the DLC. Now on top of the Division 2 survivors, on top of all these new seasons where they're bringing us new features and new companions and new retaliation. It just seems that there's always something going on now. And I believe the game's in the best state it is. If Division 3 isn't coming for a few more years now, and it's going to take longer to get there for whatever reason, if the Division 2 is going to stay in this line where we keep on getting things, we keep on getting a new thing around the corner, we get the survivors mode, we get even more content in 2026, and they carry on that trend, then I'm all for it. I don't care. I'm happy. I think the game's in a great state. I'm having more fun in this game I have in a long time, and very good vibes right now. I'm very excited. So that's where I'm at after Gamescom, guys. That's kind of what was talked, what was announced, my feelings. I hope that answered a lot of your questions, because a lot of you always ask, what do I feel about all this stuff they talk about, and where do I stand with it? Well, that's where I stand with it. Very excited. Cannot wait. And it's about bloody time. We've needed survival on this game since day one, never mind year 7 or 8. So yeah, very, very happy. That's it. We're going to end the video there. I hope you guys are. Do comment down below, discuss down below. Please be respectful. We've all got loads of different opinions, and they are all right. No need to argue about any of this. This should be good vibes only. So comment, let's discuss it. Don't forget to like the video, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.